Kevin Manny, owner and CEO of FocusPortfolio.com, and I'm going to talk to you today about uh, one of the big winning stocks that we've come into here and where we bought it and how we add to it. Um, First, let me tell you a little bit about Focus Portfolio. Our portfolio is focused on stocks that lead the market. We invest in the greatest stock market opportunities that emerge over and over again in the stock market. And what we've done is we've studied all the great winning stocks of all time, from the Home Depots to McDonald's, Cisco, Microsoft, the list goes on and on. We studied these stocks and we identified common characteristics that all these stocks had and the ones that really were important. And what we do is we search the market constantly for these stocks with these characteristics. And what we do is we look for them in key points that we take test positions in them, and then as they break out and they move, we add to them slowly and surely as they move up. And what we're trying to do is build big positions in these big winners, because that becomes very lucrative, and we hold them for as long as it makes sense. And many of these stocks we hold for months, sometimes even years. So here's one of the stocks that we're into right now. It hasn't become a tremendous winner yet, but it's been a good one, and we think it's going to be one of the big ones. It's Lumber Liquidators. They got a new CEO in the beginning of actually end of 2011. And he seems to be making a difference. Besides the housing market coming back, and these guys have a business where they have um, really got a low cost model for getting this lumber, wood flooring, and they're passing that low cost benefit onto their consumers, and their customers have become the builders. A lot of these big builders are using Lumber Liquidators for their wood flooring, and this company is really doing fantastic. So anyhow, we bought them here. This is a daily chart. They had a long base from 2009 all the way to 2012 here. We bought them up here, and on this big volume move here on this breakout. And then we proceeded to hold this stock for 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 a long time. It came along here, and then it came down, and it tested right here. It tested its 50-day moving average. And what we found is these mutual funds at key points, they tend to buy the stocks, add to them. And so what I've done here is we've drawn a few lines on this chart. We got these two lines here. There's two of them. Is a 21-day moving average and a 23-day moving average. And then this line is a 50-day moving average. Okay, they tend to add to them the real big winners along the 21, 23-day moving average, along that in that area. And then they definitely add to them at the 50-day moving average. And this other line here is a 200-day moving average. Usually when they crash through that on heavy volume, it's a short. So anyhow, we added to this stock. We bought it here, added to it here on the as it tested this 21, 23-day moving average. On this day, it came down. It touched the 50-day. Volume came in, and it was very positive because the volume came in as it hit this 50-day moving average, and it closed positive for the day with up for the day and at the high of the day. So this was very positive. We added to it big here. We continued to hold it. It went much higher, came down, tested this 21, 22-day moving average again. We added a small position because we're getting close to earnings. And then right here was its earnings report. This was the second quarter 2012 earnings report, and they announced 43 cents a share, which was up 126% from the second quarter of 2011, where they announced 19 cents. So 126 year-over-year gain in earnings. Their sales jumped from 175 million in the second quarter of 2011 to 210 million in the second quarter of 2012, which was a 20% year-over-year increase. The market loved it. They piled in on it. They traded 4.7 million shares. It traded up. It closed near the top of the range. It's very positive. We bought a little bit on the open on here. Um, we added a little bit, just a little. We don't like to chase them when they're really going higher. So, we proceeded to just hold it all through this area. We didn't sell any. We didn't take any profit. We continue to hold. And as you notice here, this 21 and 23-day moving average, it gets steeper. And it caught up to the stock. The stock pulled down here, and it tested this line, and we added to it again. It closed at the high of the day, coming off of this line as it found support, and then continued to move higher, and we held it all the way up to 54 where it began to correct. We still held it. Then we got a gift here on this day, right here, from Raymond James. Raymond James downgraded the stock. And one of the things that we've found in these great winning stocks that we've studied is that the analysts tend to come out with valuation downgrades all the way up. And they're usually buying opportunities. The analysts are usually wrong. It's amazing how many times they're wrong and how many buying opportunities there are because of an analyst. So this guy was wrong. We jumped on it. We've added to it here. And as you see, it came in here down to this, almost to the 50-day moving average, and it reversed higher. And volume came in and reversed higher, and it ended in the middle of its trading range for the day. And the following day, it opened up and went back above where the bad news came out, and it continued to go higher. We just held it through this area here. We did add to it on the day of the downgrade right here, but we continued to hold it as we were coming into earnings. And right here, this day is the third quarter earnings report. Okay, third quarter earnings report came out. They came out with 46 cents a share, which was a 77% increase over the third quarter of 2011, where they had 26 cents a share. And their sales increased 20% to 204 million from 172 million the third quarter of the prior year. So a very positive earnings report. The market loved it. It was a down day in the market, but the stock gapped up and it went significantly higher on huge volume. We added a little bit because it was breaking out of this base. We added a little bit up to it on the breakout, and it then reversed and came down and closed at the low of the lower end of the trading range, but up significantly for the day due to the gap at the open. Now, the market was correcting here, so it pulled back with the market. But this stock is this earnings report was phenomenal. So it then the next day it traded off lower, but as you can see here, the volume was significantly less than the up day. So it's continuing its trend where it's going up on heavy volume and pulling back on lighter volume. And then it pulled back here another day on light volume, and then off it goes. Volume increase as it goes up the following day. And here we're right as I make this video, we're in the middle of a trading day and we're up pretty good for the day here. So this stock is proven out to be continuing to be a winner. We're going to look to continue to add to it. So good news is you can get into stocks like this too. Come visit us at focusportfolio.com and see how we can help you catch some of these great stock market opportunities that happen every day in America. Thank you, and God bless.